Hi, everybody. Hi, hi, hi. Let me make sure my mic is connected. My AirPods are on. Welcome, everybody. You guys hear me? Let me know. Greg, where you been? I hope you're doing well. Christine says, I just got done watching the Aaliyah video. So well done in detail. Did you check to see if other lawsuits are still under seal? I want to see if I can follow up on that. Um, at least that big lawsuit with Hype from the last time I checked is still under seal. But you know what got me thinking about Hype is because Hype Williams and Diddy partied. You know that one? Let me see if I can pull it up. So we got to talk about a little bit. For those that missed it, I did a big Aaliyah video, basically updating some of the things that I found and giving you guys my thoughts um, about it. Hold up, and then Aaliyah picture. To me, Hype Williams is somebody after Aaliyah died. He never mentioned Aaliyah again. He just basically acted like he didn't even know what was going on and stuff like that. This is that picture. There's Hype. There's J Lo, Aaliyah, and Diddy. Okay, you guys notice that? That's the picture. They were all partying. Hey Renee, you said long time no see. What you mean? I saw you in my chat last time, about 3 hours ago. Mm. Mm. Greg says, my family got hit really hard in the hurricane, so I've been helping them out. Just got back from Texas. Oh my God, Greg, I'm so sorry. I hope you're doing well. And everybody else that's been impacted by this hurricane, you guys, please, stay safe. There's a lot of people that are still trying to, clean up and recover and kind of find out where everybody stands, what they've lost, all that other stuff. So, yeah, thank you, Greg, though. I'm glad you're doing okay. And shout out to your family, okay? Sean, welcome. Everybody, Amy, just the tea, please. Welcome, Kelly. How you doing? Last Ronan C. Miller. Ooh, beautiful Messy Ball says, hi, I think the lawyer withdrew because the lawyer decided to chase the money and go for the catch and kill instead. She pretty much said as much. Ooh, well, guess what? Let me let the people know that we're live because I literally just said, let me just go live. And you know how I do it? I don't even tell people that I'm live. Did I share this yet? Did I share this yet? Probably not because that's just how I do. Give me 1 second, you guys. Make sure everything is set up on my end. Now, can you guys tell me why people are not hitting that like button? Please and thank you. If you're here, like or dislike, whatever. It's engagement is engagement. But please do it. Hold up, y'all. Let me make sure everything's set up on my end. Okay. That's set up. And let the people on Discord know we are live. Discord, we're live. Where are you guys at? Hello. Feel like I need to record myself and say, hey, Discord, everyone, we are live now. Come over here. Where are you guys at? Hurry up. Hurry up. All righty. Let me see, everyone. We are live now. So attorney Ariel Mitchell did a interview today. Okay. Welcome, everybody. You said I knew something was off about that lawyer. I think everybody's been saying it. I know, Christine, tell him y'all lazy. Hit the damn like button. Stop being lazy. You know, somebody said that they were unsubscribing because I was being mean. I said, well, damn. And I thought I was being nice. I'm sorry. Anyways. Well, okay then. I guess I was mean when I said hit the like button. Okay, thank you. All right, y'all, hit that like button. Hey, little Pinto, we got to talk about it because, and we're gonna get right into it. This article dropped yesterday. All right. Oh boo-hoo. Oh boo-hoo. I can be very passionate. I don't know if I'm mean, but I know I can be very passionate. I'm a passionate rabbit. I'm a passionate person. Thank you, Gemini. Thank you. Sean, everybody, thank you guys for hitting that like button. You said I find it hard to believe that the woman is a whole lawyer. I guess she has to be, but there's a lot wrong with her. So she does an interview like today, I think, or yesterday, and it dropped today. And we have to talk about it, okay? So Sean Diddy Combs' accuser says clout chasing is why her lawyer withdrew from the case. Clout chasing. The accuser said that clout chasing is why the lawyer withdrew from the case. A woman who sued Sean Diddy Combs for allegedly sexually assaulting and trafficking her at his infamous Labor Day white parties, says lawyer who withdrew from her case were clout chasing. The lawyers, because it was more than one, the lawyers that withdrew from her case were clout chasing. In a statement to USA Today on Saturday, Audrina English discusses her former attorney Ariel Mitchell-Kidd and Stephen A. Metcalf on October 2nd. The request to withdraw as her legal counsel in a court filing, claiming that Mitchell-Kidd is trying to paint me as non-credible. I'm happy with the decision to withdraw. This is what Audrina said, adding that her attorney's withdrawal from the case made it easier for her to secure new professional, non-clout chasing counsel. Now, wait a minute. Let me stop right here. I didn't say it. I didn't say it. She said right here, professional made it easier for her to request professional, non-clout chasing counsel. That's what she said. You said, hey, Vanessa, thank you for the 5. Listen, I'm trying to give old girl the benefit of the doubt, but I think we all know something in the milk ain't clean. Vanessa, are you talking about the attorney? Vanessa, thank you for the $5. Maria, good morning. It's very messy. She said non-clout chasing. That's what she said. What do you guys think? It's never going to go away. More people are going to get it too. What do you guys think? You said, Claire's like, well, what does non-clout chasing mean? Shout out to Claire. She's like, well, can I ask the question? Because what does that mean exactly? It means somebody who's not chasing clout. That's what that means. That's what that was. Do a poll. Do a poll of what? Kitty. Allie said lawyers are doing inventory and shutting down cases. Oh, shit. Really? I know she's one that recently came out too. Don't you know that that's why I come here, so you can tell me what I think? Shout out to Greg. Chrissy says, I mean, how many interviews has the Addie done at this point? Well, she did one either yesterday or today. We're going to watch that too. Seems a little clout chasing. Well, I'm just wondering, when is she filing her cases? Because I'm still on the, like, when is she filing the other cases she said she was going to file it? Nancy Alley, we see each other. Nancy Alley says, when the lawyer talks about your case before it's filed, please. If you're not filing cases and you're talking about filing cases, then I have a problem with you. And then you went up there talking about a catch and kill. To me, I do side-eye the attorney. Now, News Nation, hold up. Let's pull that up because they just did an interview with her. Literally, they dropped a couple hours ago. I don't know if that doesn't mean it was today. It could have been a couple days ago, but they just dropped an interview 5 hours ago. But let's finish Audrina English's statement, and then we're going to go from there. I just need to know when she's going to file the lawsuit that she's been talking about for days, right? And still hasn't filed it. Maybe she'll file it today, tomorrow. I don't know. Okay, so she added that she has until November 11, 2024 to secure new representation, or she will represent herself in court by default. Oh, shoot. United States District Judge Annalisa Torres signed off on English ex-attorney's request on Friday. USA Today has reached out to Mitchell-Kidd and Metcalf for comment, and they haven't answered. I mean, they're commenting on everything else. So if you guys remember, Audrina English claimed sex trafficking on her 114-page federal lawsuit, which was filed in the summer on the 3rd. Okay. And so the details, it's very detailed. A lot of things that were said in there. A lot of allegations that were made. She initially started with one lawyer and then she switched over to Audrina English. Now, the reason why we're talking about Audrina English is because she's made a name for herself recently when she drops information. Okay, honestly. So she just did this interview right here. We're about to watch. You said, I still need to know who gets the money from the catch and kill, right, Renee? Well, is it the victim that's in the tape that gets to pay for that catch and kill? Which one is it? Let me know. You said from the YouTube streets, this client was clout chasing, wanting a carte blanche treatment. So it's not hard to see why she was dropped from 2 lawyers. From the YouTube streets? Tell me what you mean by from the YouTube streets, because I mean, we're here, right? Like this is YouTube. Can you specify that? Beautiful Disasters says holiday tomorrow won't be them. LOL, lawyer is full of BS. Well, there's that. And her nose was powdered too. Oh Lord, kitty is going for the stop it, kitty. You said seems like it would be whoever has the video and the lawyers. I don't know. Did Diddy's son know about the freak offs? I'm pretty sure they did. At least the oldest one did, because he's named in the lawsuit. Let's watch this and you guys tell me what you think.
We've got an attorney with us now. We have Ariel. She's joining us now. So who do you think that this star is, that we've got this unidentified male? And how could this be impacting the case?
I know who it is, which I'm not going to say out of respect, but how is it going to impact the case? I think the impact would be more so if that.
Okay, hold up. All right, the question that she just asked, let me go back to it. What's she saying?
Well, she's joining us now. So who do you think that this star is, that we've got this unidentified male?
We have this unidentified male. The camera goes to her. She's smiling.
And how could this be impacting the case?
I know who it is, which I'm not going to say out of respect, but how is it going to impact the case? I think the impact would be more so if that person was revealed. It would be, I think, shocking to everyone, kind of shocking, but not shocking at the same time. And I think it would just goes to show about the pattern of Mr. Combs' behavior against other people, like Mrs. Ventura and like the person that was in the video.
So one of the reasons that Diddy's been denied bail.
We're still on that video, and I'm still trying to figure out when GMAD says, yeah, she gets on my damn nerves. We got to find out when she's filing this lawsuit. Okay, so she drops Adrena, and then she says she was going to file another lawsuit. We're still waiting on that other lawsuit. Yeah, more out of respect, more like I'm not getting sued. Like, there's something to be said about, and I was talking to one of my lawyer friends about this too. I was like, wait a minute. This woman is going on News Nation and other outlets to talk about a lawsuit that she has not filed, but already given us an insight about the lawsuit. Something don't sound right about that. Now, I can understand if it's like, I'm just doing a request for interviews and she's getting paid for these interviews. Y'all do know that, right? So in addition to being compensated for her representation of the victim, she's also being paid for these interviews. So I do wonder, how much is it per interview? Because this is not free. I would not show if I'm an attorney, you're going to pay me for the interviews too. That's what we do, right? This doesn't even sound right. None of this sounds right.
Bail is a threat of him tampering with witnesses. His lawyers dismissed that threat, saying prosecutors have failed to provide evidence of the suspected tampering. How real is this threat, and could it impact the jury selection process and therefore delay the trial?
I think it's more so about him being a flight risk than tampering. We have seen some evidence where he, specifically with one of the members of Dirty Money, as we all know, Don Richard had filed a lawsuit against Diddy. And then the other member of that Dirty Money group came out and essentially undermined her claim and said, oh, well, I didn't see anything. I don't know anything about this. And then we later found out that Diddy called her 54 times in a row. So I think that those situations lend to maybe some issues with tampering. And I do feel like there are victims who are scared to come forward, including my client. She was very nervous about if he was going to get bail this week. And once I told her, and then come after people, including her and some of the other individuals, and she was very relieved when he did not receive bail. So I think the issue is a combination of things, not only tampering, but more so of a flight risk.
Yeah, we've seen sort of two waves, a first wave and then a second wave after bail was denied the second time. Do you think the judge's firm denial of bail multiple times now is indicative of how the trial is actually going to go too, as well as potential sentencing?
I do think that it's indicative of how the trial will go. In a lot of situations, you know, again, in America, we have innocent until proven guilty. But then there's a certain amount of guilty and a certain amount of innocent. So I think we're leaning more towards the guilty side just because of what we've seen in the past with Mr. Combs' behavior, what we've seen in terms of the sheer amount of plaintiffs in civil court who have filed cases against him, as well as, like I said before, him being a flight risk and having the means and wherewithal to actually take flight and leave the country so he doesn't have to face his crimes in criminal court. So I think taking the totality of the circumstances, the court is being careful to make sure they don't do something that allows Mr. Combs to avoid justice.
So, okay, let me stop right here. You know, she says that her client, so she has another client who was worried about Diddy getting bailed. Okay. And so therefore, she was worried about that and just the flight risk and also maybe tampering with witnesses and whatnot. All of this, right? And I'm just in my mind, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm still wondering when is she filing her lawsuit, because all of that is public. Is it going to be this week? Because I thought it was supposed to be last week. We were still waiting on her lawsuit regarding her client.
Now, is this right that Diddy's lawyers have accused the government of leaking the 2016 surveillance video of him beating up his then girlfriend, Cassie Ventura? Diddy's team saying the government has been, quote, strategically leaking confidential grand jury material and information, including the 2016 Intercontinental videotape, in order to prejudice the public and potential jurors against Mr. Combs. So what do you make of this? What impact could this have on the trial?
Well, to my understanding, Mr. Combs purchased that tape from the hotel employee when he, for a certain amount of money. I'm not exactly sure. I've heard a bunch of different numbers, but he purchased that tape. So how can they make that assertion, his attorneys make that assertion, when that person still probably has the tape? The person he purchased it.
I remember when the lawsuit was happening with Cassie, it was said that he had purchased that tape. And that's my understanding. You know, she rolled her eyes. She did roll her eyes. Beautiful says, do you feel like this lawyer is off? I don't trust her. I wouldn't want her to do I think where it's a turnoff for me, and where it's been a turnoff for a lot of folks, is like when she did the video where she talked about the catch and kill, and then like it almost sounds like she was doing her own bidding in the News Nation. Like, there is this video of a high profile person who is being videotaped, and this high profile person is engaging in what seems to be, I thought, was consensual, the way she was reporting this, some consensual acts. But the one thing she or he did not consent to was to being recorded. Therefore, it's likely that there is this videotape out there and they're doing a catch and kill, and they're trying to figure out what network is going to take this video and where it's going to go. I mean, it just gave messy, and it gave like they're shot, like it's weird, because it's like, well, wait a minute, like, you do realize that if somebody is being recorded and they didn't consent to be recorded, therefore that would make them a victim of that, right? And maybe that should be reported not only to the victim but to the FBI, to the authorities, instead of doing bidding wars on News Nation, because that did not land well whatsoever with people. So that's why I was like, why is she still talking about victims that we have yet to see a lawsuit? Like, where's the lawsuit at? Where's the lawsuit? Hold up. You said all I know is someone is about to drop. T-Maker says all I know is someone's about to drop tapes. Something is happening. It's just not really making sense. And JJ says, well, where are the criminal charges? All these people have civil suits. It's a lot of questions that I'm like, now, okay, the RICO case, the criminal case, is still ongoing. That's not to say that none of these people that are in the civil litigation aren't, cooperating with the criminal case, right? Like, it could be vice versa. They could be cooperating both ways, for all we know. But for now, all we know currently, as we see standing, is that there are, Busby says 120, and we have yet to see any filings, but there's 100. And I would understand, because that shit takes time, right? You going in there, you investigating, you interviewing people, you doing all kinds of stuff. That's what you're doing, right? But lady right here dropped Adrena English for whatever reason. And then Adrena said that it was because the lady was clout chasing and that they have different sides of the story, and that's fine because that's on them. But she has been talking about a lawsuit that she has yet to file. It's on the editing stages. She went viral again just last week about the baby oil having GHB. So we're like, well, okay, so there's baby oil. Now there's baby oil with GHB. C. Miller says, I would think that if a lawyer really believed their client was part of this, they would be a lot more careful as to not ruin this case. Unreal how much money hungry people are. They're going to screw this up. That's my biggest concern. Because let me tell you, and I said it more than once. I said, listen, I would hate for my lawyer to be going on News Nation. You have yet to file this lawsuit, and you're using the story where I was assaulted, sexually assaulted, whatever it may be, to be platformed on News Nation to bring attention to this. Now, I get it. People want to talk. But I have a problem with that because you haven't filed the lawsuit and you're giving these details. Like, something is off about that. It just seems like these attorneys are for them and not for the victims. And that's the shit that gets to me. And JJ says, if they are civil lawsuits, from what I understand, they stay public, where if it's criminal, they can be closed cases and names will not come out. But I may be wrong. No, you're right. In some stuff, I think can be sealed if it's civil. You said Timu lawyer. Vodka says, I don't know what catch and kill means, but this all sounds very suspect. We were talking about it last time. Hold up. And let me pull it up, y'all, because it's like a legal term. Catch and kill meaning. It's it's basically a way in which, hold up. See if I can pull, what is the legal meaning? So it's a legally enforceable non-disclosure agreement. The publisher purports to buy exclusive rights to catch the damaging story from the individual, but then kills the story for the benefit of the third party by preventing it from ever being published. That's what a catch and kill is, according to the legal terms and definitions of it. So basically trying to get ahead of a story. You said guys buy a whole floor and then they shout out to Kitty Coo. Hold up. Let's see. Hold up. Once she files, she's making assertions as to an officer of the court. That's a different bar than just going on interviews, says Gemini. Gemini, do you think that this is why she's like just being loose lips? Like she'll just say anything. And then when she files, she kind of stick to the facts of her case. Is that what it is? Thank you. She couldn't verify the ages of the person on the video, which is a hell no, which that catch and kill video that they were doing a bidding because there were networks. Now, the scary part of this is that networks are bidding for somebody's video sex tape, potentially, if somebody being, they didn't even know they're being recorded. You got networks that are shopping for this shit. Like, what is this? What are we doing? Yeah, I would agree with this, but maybe this is like, well, I'm allowed to because I haven't filed anything, so I'll say whatever I want. She seems very unprofessional and incompetent, and in contempt. She needs to shut her mouth publicly and I mean, I just say she needs to be for her victims. It just seems kind of sad to me to see this. She shouldn't be. You said she shouldn't be talking about this case until she files. It's just suspect. Hoo-wee. You said, wow, is she speaking on his guilt? I mean, I'm sure she will, because she's not really, in the criminal case, hers is civil. And this is the lawyer for the accuser. I'm starting to think that she is controlled opposition. People have said that. People have said that they felt like she was controlled opposition. You said that's how you would store GHB. If you didn't want to be suspicious of what it was, hard not to be in 1K bottles. Ha ha ha. LOL. Okay. If there is a tape, it should be turned into the FBI's and nothing more said about it, in my opinion. I agree with you on that. Yeah. You said these tapes seem so minimal to the bigger picture. Human trafficking ain't no joke by Diddy. I agree with you on that. right? Like you have, yeah. And then the affiliates, excuse me, that allowed it. I just moved my mic. The affiliate, all those companies, those people that were hush hush about it. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Yep.
From, I'm sure he didn't just destroy the tape. That doesn't make any sense. I'm sure he retained a copy. So to point the finger at the government, I think is wildly convenient. It reminds me of them talking about Costco selling baby oil, when anybody with a Costco membership, including me, knows they do not sell anything. And anybody in Miami knows there isn't even a Costco in the city of Miami. So I think they're just throwing stuff at the wall and hoping that it sticks, because they know that their client is guilty and they're just trying to do the best that they can with a guilty client.
All right, Ariel Mitchell, thank you so much for your time and your insight. Please come back and spend another weekend with us as this story develops. Thank you.
Yeah, please come back. Please come back. Hopefully she comes back when her lawsuit is filed. You guys, we had to talk a little bit about Mopreme. Mopreme, Tupac's stepbrother, was on Piers Morgan, okay? And basically said nothing. She does get defensive very quickly. So I was watching this. You said, please don't come back. Christine. Ooh. You said, I don't think the tapes are minimal to the victims or the perpetrators, says beautiful Missy Ball. Look, I think there's a bigger picture, right? Like the human trafficking, the tapes, the years of tapes, we really don't know, y'all. Mopreme did an interview with Piers Morgan. And I was really excited about this interview until he said nothing. And I mean nothing. Like, Piers was really trying to pull information from Mopreme. He's like, tell me more information about this. What do you think Diddy did this? Yada, yada, yada. And he's not going to say nothing. So it was interesting to watch a good 40 minutes of Piers Morgan try to talk to Mopreme to get some information from him. And he's like, yeah, it's just, I just don't think he said anything. But then again, I understand because they don't talk. People don't talk. You're right, Gaslit. It could ruin, because, right now we have Keefe D. But I thought it was an interesting interview. I'll give him that. But I guess I wouldn't have expected anything different. Every time I've seen interviews with, or anybody else in the camp, right, in the Shakur camp, they don't really say a whole lot, in part because they can't, but also because what else is there to this, Well,
it's great to have you here on Uncensored. Be very keen to talk to you, because
hold up,
obviously a lot has happened to P. Diddy in recent weeks. He's now languishing in prison. Let me start, first of all, your reaction to what's happened to him.
My reaction is that it's a mess, and in which, I have nothing to do with, but I wanted to make it clear that the family is pursuing an investigation into my brother's death.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever the investigation leads, that's where it leads. It is not about that guy specifically. It's about justice for my brother.
Jay-Z's lawyer. Is it, did we determine what his last name really was? Is it Spiro or Spiro? So Jay-Z's lawyer is the family attorney for the Shakurs. He's investigating it, right? Ain't that crazy? Isn't that like, I was like, no, he's really? That's crazy. But it's correct. When Piers Morgan did his thing with Jaguar, right? Who's the attorney that spoke out? It was that attorney. He said that was defamation, yada, yada, yada. Not true. Not true. What do you guys, do we not have any other lawyers out there? I just want to know. You said thank you so much. Hit the like button. You said low-key praying that Tupac comes out of witness protection to testify. Didi's like, I'm hoping he's alive. I don't know. Why would Shakur State hire Jay-Z's lawyer? It's weird, right? It is weird. But what do you guys make of that? I don't know if it's like people have sunk their teeth into this, but just saying. You said it's either Spyro or Ariel Mitchell. Well, damn. Those are my only two choices, Night Charm. Night Charm, you ain't making shit easy for anybody here in this chat. You said it's either Spyro or Michelle. Ariel Mitchell-Kidd. No. You said, yeah, why did Jay-Z send his lawyers? Well, I don't know if he sent it to him or if they just happened to hire him, if you know what I mean. You said, comment, the lawyer did not say it wasn't true. They just told Piercy, is it Piercy or Pissy, to remove the comment. That's true. Nancy Alley, you're right. But I do want to know why this lawyer? I'm just saying, there's no other lawyers. There's a lot of lawyers out in the world, but I'm just saying.
You were Tupac's older stepbrother. And I want to, just for the benefit of viewers who may not be familiar with your brother, with what happened, with the rivalry, and obviously his subsequent murder, just very quickly paint me a picture of how all this happened.
Well, for many years, you know, as far as the hip hop rap world goes, you know, Tupac, my brother, was king of the hill, top dog, king of rap. And with it comes a lot of envy, jealousy, and, you know, all types of things. And all I can make of it is there were groups of people who were jealous and envious and full of hate.
There were two shootings involving a brother. One he survived, one he sadly did not survive. There was this whole East Coast, West Coast war. There have been books about this, documentary films about this, dramatized movies about this. Do you think we know the truth? You said your family's launched an investigation into what happened to your brother. Do you think there are still a lot of unanswered questions?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's been an ongoing mystery for 27 years. You know, with the arrest in Vegas, there was a break. There was an opportunity to get to.
You said, hold on, Simple Life says, no one, you can call someone your brother when they're gone. Just say it. No, we want all types of things. What exactly? You know, Simple Life, you're not going to get more than what you get here. There is this, this is where Pierce kind of struggles with this, because he really thought that he was just going to pull information. And Piers Morgan's show is like, you know, there's a time frame to it. I will tell you this: when people go to Vlad, they tend to just open and let all things loose. Here, not really. It does, because he just doesn't really have a show like that, if that makes sense. It's weird, but I just don't think Pierce really understands that people don't really talk.
Closer to the truth. This is, you know, this is ongoing business for us. My, you know, my Mama Fanny pursued a investigation early on, soon after his murder, in which nothing came of it. So we were left with no answers for 27 years. Now we might have an opportunity to get some answers.
The first time that Tupac was shot, where were you and how did you hear about that? And what was your feeling instinctively about who may have been behind it?
He's trying his best to answer the questions.
When Pac got shot the first time, I was in Atlanta. I was worried about him because he did, you know, he rocked a lot of jewelry. We like jewelry, rocked a lot of jewelry, but New York is notoriously known for being a home of the stick-up kid. And I advised him not to, you know, be out there like that. And so I thought that it might just have been a robbery for his possessions. And it seems like there was more to it. we felt that, but we also felt that Pac was safe in New York because we are from New York, and we had a lot of friends and allies there at the time that we felt would look out for Pac. So, you know, we were quite confused.
We've got a clip of Tupac talking about the potential involvement of Diddy, or Puff Daddy as he was at the time, in that shooting.
I think Tupac knew. Tupac always knew, right? He knew.
First shooting. Let's take a look.
I think Puffy was involved in the shooting.
Only they can answer that question. I have my own opinion, but I wouldn't slander their name like they did mine. I wouldn't say things that I knew. You know what I mean? I believe so. I do believe so. I have proved things that I can say that will back up my claim, but this is not for the world to know about. You know what I mean? It's between me and him, and only he knows.
When you watch that, do you think he was basically saying he did think that Diddy was involved, but didn't want to say so publicly?
Pac has suspicions of what had happened. But you know the saying, it's not what you know, it's what you can prove. And we've been, you know, stuck in that position for quite some time, trying to get to a place where we can prove what actually happened.
But is your belief now that Diddy may have been involved in that first shooting?
Look at this.
I don't know, Pierce. I don't know. That's the investigation. None of us know. This is the best way for us to get some answers, to have action.
He said, I don't know. But listen, I do appreciate that they're hiring somebody, but he said, I don't know. I don't know. Happy Thanksgiving to all my beautiful Canadians, by the way. I did not know it was Thanksgiving over there. Wow. Yeah.
Investigation into his murder, regardless of who was responsible or the who's that were responsible. And each incident involved multiple people, planning, coordination, and you know, we just been trying to get to the bottom of it for a long time.
But the reason there's so much speculation raging even today is that they were big rivals and there was a genuine, very bad feud, right?
Yep.
It didn't start out that way. We didn't start out as rivals. That's why it's confusing. Pac was the big dog. At one time, you know, we had plans to work with Big. You know, Big was on one of the first outlaw records, Running from the Police. You know, it didn't start out that way. That's why we were all confused when Pac got touched in New York.
Mm.
You must have talked to your brother about that. Did he confide in you? Any more thoughts about it?
Pierce, he's not going to tell you anything. He's not going to tell. Pierce, Sherry, welcome to my channel. Shout out to you. And Iron Rabbit just gifted 5 memberships. My goodness. You guys put some hearts in the chat for Iron Rabbit. Now, before I do want to tell you guys something, we're going to talk about Nick Cannon here in a minute because Nick Cannon. We'll talk about Nick Cannon. Iron Rabbit again. And then again, shout out to everybody from I didn't know it was Thanksgiving in Canada. Happy Turkey Day. Shout out to you guys. Thank you. I'm thankful for you. It's not Thanksgiving here, but I'm like, you guys have Thanksgiving in October? Wow. Well, yeah, I guess because Thanksgiving is next month for us, right? So no. Yeah, it is. Wow. It's crazy. I can't believe it's October, guys. Thank you. All right. See, I'm lost on my days. Welcome, everybody. Okay. Yes. Pierce doesn't know what he's doing. He needs help. Somebody go help Pierce, please.
He did, but
so Pierce asked him, did Pac confide in you about who shot him or you know, that was the question, right? And Mopreme says he did.
You know how this game go until you could actually prove it. You can't hop out there and say it. So you know, Pac made it very clear of his suspicions, his instincts, and we're trying to find which direction was the right direction to go in for this investigation.
Do you believe, Mopreme, that the 2 shootings were absolutely linked, that the same people were behind both?
Oh my goodness. He's not going to answer this.
I can't say, I can't speak of any absolutes, Pierce.
No,
No,
is that your gut feeling?
What is he do? Oh, there's a better way to ask this question. Better way to ask this question. Because he's not going to divulge information here. You know, I'm just going to say that. Me, you says, did he have a tape on Piers? Piers is like, wait, this is way out of your league. Listen, to me, Jillian, you only get it. You only can make this right one time. You said Piers, in my opinion, already buckled under Jay-Z. It's just not, it's not the realm. It's not. You laughing? You laughing? He doesn't. He's going, but he's like, I'm gonna catch you slipping. I'm like, no, you're not. No, you're not.
I'm not sure.
Really?
Is it?
I said I'm not sure.
No, I heard you. I just wondered whether that is really the case, or you're just reticent to say so.
I wasn't there at either incident. So that makes it very difficult for me to be, sure about anything.
Oh,
did you?
It's been 27 years, all kind of suspicions, all kind of, but until we could actually prove something, and it's hard. I'm not a cop. I'm not an investigator. So we are going to the people who know how to get these answers.
50 Cent went on stage last year and said this. Let's take a look.
I hate when they leave me to talk because I always say the wrong thing. Last time they left me, I said something about puffing. So that clip on. Yeah. I gotta stop doing that kind of shit. I've been talking to a therapist trying to help me with the shit I'm saying. I said crazy. Oh wait, maybe I said the because he got Tupac killed.
Oh, so he said I've been talking to a therapist. Oh, maybe I said some shit because Diddy got Tupac killed. I
mean, that was pretty direct there from 50 Cent.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Fifth is from, me and him actually from the same neighborhood, Southside Jamaica. He a Queens dude. We from Queens, and he's from New York. So certain people are privy to information, and we're just trying to get some confirmation on these suspicions. Everybody's got a theory, and we're wading through the theories.
Let me ask you let me ask you a different way, Mopreme, because I think I understand why you're being cautious. I understand why you're hiding.
You can't ask him a different way. He's not going to answer you a different way.
I'm not hiding, but you're using the investigation as a reason.
I'm right here.
No, I don't mean hiding. I'll take back the word hiding, but why you're reticent again about potentially saying what is really on your mind. Because you know, and I know, that everyone believes that Diddy was involved in both these shootings and had a direct involvement in your brother's death. That is what the streets have said for 27 years. That's why 50 Cent said it. That's why Eminem has said similar stuff. What's interesting to me about your involvement in this is that Diddy actually called you after an LA Times article in 2008 alleging he'd been involved in your brother's death. What did he say that day when he called you?
He was in town. He was in LA at the time. He was on the radio. He asked a local DJ that we all know, Big Boy, to reach out to me because he wanted to speak to me about something. This is a few years after Pac's murder, and we all were familiar with all the rumors and stuff. I said, "Yeah, let me talk to him." So he called me, and I had my guys with me, Thug Life guys, and we heard what he had to say. He basically said he ain't have nothing to do with my brother's murder. And I told him the truth is still yet to come out, so we're going to see. Here we are 27, 28 years later.
Let me tell you, you have to kind of go. First of all, you got to listen to the music. I think that would be the best way to get started. I just don't think that I think he's doing this, in my opinion, he's visited this realm because he feels like it's what's trending, right? And that does happen. But if you're going to talk about it, at least get well versed in Tupac Biggie, West Coast, East Coast, like what happened. And somebody like Pierce has been around for many, many years. Just know your basics there. And once you know that, it's very easy to get into the Diddy stuff and all the ins and outs of the Diddy stuff, honestly. But to me, it's like, I kind of grew up with the environment and the music. So I was around a lot of this. I remember a lot of this as a kid. So you have to learn, because then you'll know what questions to ask, and that Mopreme is not going to answer anything that's going to, like, if you watch any Mopreme interviews, he is not going to answer anything that is going to put any type of target on his back or his family or anything like that. And they move different. People move different, that's right. So Pierce get a call from Diddy's lawyer. Oh my God, G-Matt, watch. Hold up. If we get a video where Pierce is apologizing to Diddy about this interview, then we got some problems. Okay. We got some problems. You know what I mean? Thank you. Wait, what happened? You said, I'm trying to right here. Won't these people stop acting the fool? We can't get a day off to save our lives. Shout out to Jay McCarthy. It's like you have to understand what the assignment. They'll talk about a case. He can't talk about a case that's active. He's got an attorney. You know what I mean? In my opinion, Pierce would have been better off having the family attorney speak on this interview versus Mopreme, because at least a family attorney would give you the very bare minimum of everything. You know what I mean? He can call it censored sometimes. He underestimates the people that he's interviewing, and you could tell at this point. You said it's like Pierce doesn't even know that snitches get stitches. There's that too. That's just keeping that in mind. Like, get the attorney that's representing the family. You'd probably have better luck than Mopreme.
It's like there's some doubt in that statement. So thus, along with all the other.
I think hip hop is for everybody. Rap, I love reggae. For me, it's like I said, that it's doesn't matter who you are. It's the music that touches everybody. Anybody can enjoy it.
Suspicions that people have. It was time for it to be investigated.
Mm-hmm.
In a statement at the time, Diddy declared, "This story is a lie, the LA Times story. Neither I nor the late Notorious had any knowledge of any attack on Tupac before, during, or after it happened." Do you think that was an honest statement?
My opinion is that I don't believe it was 100% honest statement. So again, got to find out what's true and what's false, what's real and what's fake.
And that's the problem here, is you have to find out what is true, what is false, what is real, what is fake, what people have taken off from here, and where we go from here. You know what I mean? Like, everybody has for me, this is how I see the situation. I think Diddy is somebody that took out Biggie. Said it before. I think he took out his own what he saw as his own competition. He took out Pac. Okay. For the longest time, I thought maybe Suge Knight might have had something to do with that too. And maybe I'll go back to that at some point to revisit that theory, because I feel like, Suge Knight was not a good person and still isn't a good person. Maybe he's changed now that he's been behind bars for a couple years. I don't know. But, historically, Suge Knight did not treat his people very well. He didn't, especially after what happened with Eazy. I never got over that. I never got over a lot of things when it came to Suge. I feel like he has a lot more to do with this. And so when he does his little podcast and his interviews and stuff like that, I always side eye Suge, because I feel like he will conveniently tell you the things that you want to hear, not the truth, just the things that you want to hear. So that's why anytime I don't know, I always feel some type of way about Suge Knight. So that is Mopreme, who spoke to Piers Morgan. And I don't think it was a good interview. I think it was like pulling teeth. And part of it is because I think that Piers didn't know what questions to ask. And also Piers would have been better off contacting the family attorney to get an interview. All right. Now, let's talk about a story that broke yesterday. Nick Cannon Says, I partied with Diddy when I was just 16. Star shocks with wild admissions. So, I mean, should we be surprised? Didn't Usher party too? Like, isn't this like a known thing already? I'm pretty sure we all knew that, right? Like, I'm not surprised that minors were involved that are now like big, celebrities at this point. I think it's been known. You said Nick Cannon into the
Someone
chat.
in the
Lord.
mafia.
I'm gonna try to get right to where the Nick Cannon clip plays. Hold up, y'all. Here it is.
Ain't never been to a Diddy party. It's not me. It's not Charlamagne.
Nick,
So no, okay.
Nick.
What's classified as a Diddy party? Because you definitely been to some stuff that a bad boy event.
Nope, I never been to a Diddy
You
party.
y'all ain't never been to one of Puffy's parties?
Most Diddy.
I doubt it. Charlamagne the God, I think, has been to a Diddy party. Allegedly, in my opinion. Come on now. You over here working for the Breakfast Club that's owned by what? Revolt? Or was owned by Revolt? No. I think so.
Parties are usually during holidays. It's like Labor Day, Memorial Day.
So when
Y'all
he would
don't-
have a
y'all
DJ in the city and all that.
Y'all
I'm
don't live in
DJ.
LA too, because in LA he was doing them like every week. But I don't know about the crazy stuff. It was just like
I've even been at one when I was a kid, like 16, 17, standing outside.
Nick,
Yeah,
This one.
come on.
yeah, I live my truth.
16 or 17 going to a Diddy party.
I remember standing outside, trying to get into a puff party out here in New York. Like everybody was out. Like how the One More Chance video looked. That was real stuff out here. Like
What else
people
you wanna
standing
tell
at the
us?
door who can get in and stuff. Like that's bad boy parties was official in New York in the late 90s. So I mean, hey, whatever. Y'all talk that.
I know what you're saying.
Get quiet.
No,
I
this
know
is-
what you're saying.
This
I've
is
been
the
in
thing.
LA.
Everybody
but-
gets scared to talk because they probably got something to hide. I ain't got nothing to
I don't
hide.
have nothing to
I
hide.
ain't been- I was in there Harlem shaking, doing all of that stuff, but it wasn't. Come on, whatever.
Harlem
That's
shaking
like
Nick
people
in the
say
90s.
pause and all of that stuff. What you hiding? Why you always thinking like that?
Harlem
Nope.
shake Nick in the 90s
It's
is
just funny.
crazy.
Everybody's like even today, Arsenio Hall had an interview with Howie Mandel, and he talked about the Diddy parties. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess their experience wasn't like what everybody's saying theirs was. So it's very like, I don't know what y'all laughing about, or y'all like, especially with so many people coming out and saying what they said. I don't know what's so funny, but at the same time, I'm like, well, did they not attend those Diddy parties? Are we saying, what are we doing? You know what I mean? It's off. What do you guys make of this? Let me know. You said I can't watch The Breakfast Club. I gave him a side eye. Ooh, Arsenio Hall has entered the chat. Good. Arsenio Hall. You guys didn't hear what Arsenio Hall said about Arsenio. You guys are not going to like what Arsenio Hall said. And Howie Mandel. You are not going to. I'm telling you, I'm giving you the biggest warning right here.
Go to a Diddy party? Yeah, but now keep in mind.
I'm going to.
In all fairness, there are different kinds of Diddy parties. I've seen Diddy parties where children were there.
I think that was the problem.
Well, okay. Let me start
no,
over.
no,
Let me start over. Where, say, for instance, you use a person's home and their families in the home,
Right.
so it's fun, legitimate. 8 p.m.
Right.
Lots of food
Right.
and music.
Okay.
Then there are
Is that the one you went to?
Yes.
Oh.
That's one of the ones I went to. Now, I've also seen the ones that last longer than 8 or 9. And my secret has always been, first of all, I don't go anywhere without my woman. I think don't go anywhere alone. I swear to you, if you have the rule of not going anywhere alone, you don't get in as much trouble. It's very rarely does somebody say, yeah, me and my boys were hanging out. I ended up with a dick in my ass.
Y'all heard that? I'm like, what are you guys talking about? You remember the late night show? Oh my gosh, you guys. Hey Melly, welcome, love. The fact that I had to make a point to say, I just just Arsenio says, I've noticed that when they tell the truth, it's about dark, depraved, things that always, yeah, like it's like making something dark humorous. He said that. He said, y'all heard him. I didn't put that. That's what he said. Okay, hold up. Let me hit play.
Oh, it's like rarely happens.
Right.
If you got
sometimes by accident with baby oil.
If you got your road dogs with you, you take your woman with you. It's when you go someplace alone and stay too long, and that.
Yeah, I'm trying to like. I don't remember when R. Kelly happened. It wasn't like this. I don't know what happened. Like, why are people talking like this?
It's when trouble happens. But
so the problem with being alone is you can end up with a dick.
You think so?
Well,
Howie Mandel's a comedian too, right? Aren't they all just like comedians? They're all comedians.
Making sure Jack was listening.
Yes.
But the bottom line is
that's a whole other group. That's Sonny in the backpack.
The broke backpack.
Yeah.
I've been to dinner parties at Diddy's houses or different places. I've never been to the ones that I know you're hoping that I can talk about. And that's the ones where there are 1,000 bottles of baby oil. But first of all, that sounds like a good way to keep people from leaving. Because if you got a lot of baby oil, there ain't nobody going nowhere. You know, you
just slipping and sliding. You can't turn the doorknob. Yeah. I can't get out.
You can't escape if there are 1,000 bottles of baby oil being used. That's a lot of oil.
Yeah, and it's not like you could just say, like, if somebody claims that you did something and go, I slipped.
Yes.
I just slipped in.
His attorney, though, said that he probably just bought it from Costco.
That was a great. I'm sure Costco.
I think if you go to Costco, they don't have 1,000 bottles of baby oil right now.
I would imagine the two. I got to read another ad again. Costco says.
Were you surprised at the charges, though, or did you hear like rumblings ever from anyone that he was not a great person?
I've always heard the rumblings. And I witnessed an interesting conversation during a commercial when I did Celebrity Apprentice. Okay.
And he's the winner of Celebrity.
We'll talk about
that.
I won Celebrity Apprentice one year. And
when Ariel Day was on.
I was on that year.
I saw
that. It was
that.
year 5 or 05.
She's been very out.
You know, I used to love the Celebrity Apprentice. That was probably the one show I used to watch all the time because I thought it was cool to see all the celebrities get together and they would compete and stuff. And I remember watching the one with Arsenio. I just don't remember if Aubrey O'Day was on it.
Spoken about her
She
feelings
was.
with Diddy.
And here's the interesting conversation in the room.
Mm-hmm.
She says some negative things about Diddy. And I'm listening. Trump chimes in and defends Diddy. And that surprised me because usually Trump don't defend nobody but himself. And for him to speak up and say, well, I like him. He's a good guy. I've never had problems. Blah, blah, blah. And he gives him a full-throated vote of character. And Aubrey says, well, that wasn't my experience. And she says the opposite and says he's a horrible person. And I'm listening to this and I have no idea one day this is going to play out in real time. And of course, this is that month.
That's crazy. I used to love the Celebrity Apprentice. I don't care what anybody says. Omarosa was my favorite. Because I would imagine that if I was in the not that I'm a celebrity, but if I was in that show, I would want to be like her and how she would just like, the way she just go after people. I remember when her and Pierce got into it, that shit was like the best. Omarosa was my favorite, and you guys are gonna come at me in the comments for saying that, but she was my favorite. Sometimes she's a little something, but you know, I like her. She just, I don't know, it was her personality. I just love how she came across.
Playing out.
Wow.
But Trump liked Diddy.
Well, there you go. That's what Arsenio Hall had to say about that. You said Trump was wait, Pierce was the GOAT? Oh my gosh. I don't know. She was just like, you said no, you all didn't like her. I liked her, but apparently I don't remember that episode, honestly. Hey, Tinkle Tits. Oh my gosh, Tinkle Tits have been a member for 20 months. Where you been? I hope you're doing well. Shout out to Tinkle Tits. We reviewed a lot tonight, you guys. Where does everybody stand with everything? Let me know where you guys stand. You said yes, she was. I didn't really quite appreciate the jokes that they had here. I mean, but then again, you guys are saying, well, maybe it's like dark humor comedians because that's what they are. For me, it's like too soon. You know, kind of like Official was saying in the chat, like this too soon to go there. Does that make sense? Yeah, like it just seemed a little too soon. She understood the assignment and made the most of it. That's why I liked her, Gemini. That's why I liked Omarosa. Yeah, I did. I didn't like her when she was going back and forth with Wendy Williams. I didn't quite like that, but I did like her when she knew what the assignment was about when it came to Celebrity Apprentice. Jay McCarthy, thank you for being a member for 8 months, love. And you, Tinkle Tits, thank you for being members for 20 months. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You said, hold up. Think about it. And Greg has been a member for 12 months. Ooh wee. Thank you, Greg. Shout out to Greg. Shout out to my members that have been members for a long time. Shout out to you guys. Thank you, guys. You said I need a bath, a drink, and bed. Aw. Well, take care of yourself, Renee. Yeah, the dark humor when topics are difficult, I think I don't know if it's just like a coping mechanism or whatnot. I will say this, though, like I'm not surprised at all about the Nick Cannon stuff. Like I said, to me, it came no surprise whatsoever because of the simple fact that that's just, I mean, Flavor Camp. Come on now, Flavor Camp. It's been talked about. People have been saying that there's something, that people are expected to do things and, you're there and everything. This industry is just dirty, you guys. Industry is dirty. Now, here's another one. Lord have mercy. Oh my God. Let me show you guys this, okay? What's the Beyonce TikTok trend? And is it related to Diddy's? TikTok is a whole different monster, okay? Let me see. My mods rock. I know I have the best mods. Let me see. Trying to be Switzerland. They are being interviewed. So how could they answer those questions? I'm not sure. I don't like it though. Yeah, I agree. It's hard to be Switzerland in certain areas. You do dark humor, even though I don't find it funny. I got you. You said Nick was just trying to get ahead of it, says GMAT. Probably. Maybe that's why he's like, I was there. Who cares? You said, I think people are confusing the parties with the after parties. The parties were just parties. The illegal stuff happened at the after parties. Well, let me ask you a question, human nature. And maybe this is a question for everybody, okay? If you know that there's an after party and it's illegal, then wouldn't you also be like somehow in trouble for that too, to a certain degree or whatever? Let me know what you think about that. Because it's like, but that something's going on. I don't know. It says, do we know anyone besides Usher that actually went to Flavor Camp? I know Justin did the 48 hours, but actual Flavor Camp. Not anybody that has admitted it publicly, Beautiful Messy Ball, at least that I know of. Not anything that nobody has like admitted, at least publicly. And I'm like, why would they? Yeah, like they're negligent too because they all knew and they're guilty. It's like what Damon Dash said. Damon Dash was like, well, I went to that, we knew about those parties, but we didn't go to those parties. But you knew that those parties were there, So it's like you knew something was going on. You said, how do they know when they leave and why were they leaving? That's a good question, Renee. You said, I'd just go for the free food and bounce. I don't even think I'd get through the door. Where was there an informed consent? That's a great question. When did it become informed consent? That's a great question. You said, I don't think you knew until you knew. And once you knew firsthand and they had evidence that you knew, oh Lord. So that's why people didn't say anything. Then those who wanted no part of it never went again. But they would lock the doors and you couldn't leave and they take your phone. Huh. You said, I've seen videos where he would make an announcement and didn't they say people brought their kids and they had to leave them out for 15 minutes. Okay, social services showed up but if there's rumors, man, and you, I guess I don't understand your comment, Lady Blind Wolf. I might have misread it. Knowing something and seeing something is different. Okay. You said the humor is not funny. It's just sad, says Iron Rabbit. Yeah, some of the stuff is like, I don't know. For me, it's like it's too soon. You know what I mean? Like, I can understand, because Arsenio Hall and Howie Mandel, they're both comedians. But it's too soon. It's too soon. Even now, especially after Cassie said that she was upset through her sources. She was upset about people making baby oil jokes and stuff like that. Because I mean, when you're a victim and you're living through that, I don't know how I feel about people joking around. I just think it's too soon to go that route, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean, if you know what I mean. Yeah, it's called blackmail. Did you hear about Kanye countersuing already? I mean, it's not even Monday. Did they already file? These celebrities work on the weekends. Kanye West, I saw, shout out to BJ. She did send me that lawsuit. I'll probably review it. I saw her review some of it. So I'll probably do like a little quick rundown of it. It's just so much, girl. It's so much. And it's an amended because this was already filed like in July. So yeah. Hey Vicky. So yeah, like that's really what's going on. I guess we'll see what happened. Who happened, what's going on. Hopefully this week will be a little bit more quieter. We don't have any Diddy court hearings or anything like that, do we? Do we have any Diddy court hearings? Let me know, because I'm not ready for them. I know that there are some upcoming court hearings, but it's not this week. At least. I don't know. All right, guys, make sure you guys are hitting that like button. I'm going to head out. Let me shout out some people. Vanessa, thank you for the 5. Iron Rabbit, thank you for gifting. Tinkle Tits, Jay McCarthy, and Greg. Guys, thank you so much for being members for so long. Y'all are amazing. Yeah, I bet that lawsuit wore her out, because I joined in very late, and it sounded like it was a lot of information. So she sounded like she was tired at the end of it. I said, Lord have mercy, no. That's a lot. And I think the information just becomes so much. Yes, please like that stream. You guys have a great night. Okay. Please take some time for yourself and take care of you. I will see you guys on the next one. Bye. Where's my exit door? Right here. Bye, guys.